So here we go again, trying to record. It just cut off on me. I think the battery's, something's wrong with the battery. But I'm gonna try it again. This is how I fillet the fish. Request from a colleague, one of my co-workers. So here's the fish. Make sure he's nice and clean. Have to gut him out first. So I cut from this end. Now I know some people that can fillet these without cutting through at all. They do no cutting. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Anyways, this is how I'm doing it until my battery lasts. And cut from here back a little bit. And get a little messy. Pull out all the organs, intestines, whatever's in the way. This is really not trying to get out. Alright, so there we go. Some people cut the head off first, which I usually do myself. This time I didn't. Clean the gut out, nice and clean. So I'm working a little backwards today, but I don't like descaling. I'm going to cut from back here, cut the head off. Now, my mom tells me that she likes to keep the head so she can make this sobao fish soup. Boil it, get the juice out. Never done it before. I might do it today. I'm not sure. I'm gonna save the head. There's a lot of meat in there. And I'm just going to get rid of some of this so it doesn't clog up the sink. Okay, so you don't want to use detergent as you're cleaning. It could infect the fish. Not good for cooking, but you might want to just clean it up a little. Never used this knife before, but found it here, so not bad. So now that it's nice and clean, I will put the head in water because I want to make that soup my mom told me about. I'm not going to videotape me making the soup because it's my first time. I might mess up, so I don't want to videotape something that is going to cause problems for other people. So I'll try it out first and then I'll videotape it and show you how, if it works out for me. So now that I got the fish ready, I'm gonna put them on this board like so. And I'm gonna start cutting. Oops, turn the water off. And I'm gonna start cutting on this end where the rib is, the spine. Start cutting right there, all the way down the spine, just creating a wedge all the way down to the tail. And then at some point I'm going to go way across like so, and boom, there we go. So now I'm going to start edging my way through the spine little by little, so I can get all the skin off. Still a little frozen, but it gets the job done. You want to play with the knife to get as close to the spine as you can, get enough meat. Again, cut through and across and down. And then you're just going to cut around. See that? Around the rib, the rib cage. Get as much meat as you can. I don't know if you can see all this, but hopefully you can. They actually have a little gadget that you can purchase at the bait shop. It's called a filleting board, which helps you to get this done easier. So I'm going to put this in a container. Put that in there until we're done with the whole thing. It's got enough water. So now I'm going to go to the other half of the bass, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start from the spine, just getting around the edges. I just want to create an entry around that rib, or spine rather, sorry. And you notice I'm wedging my knife left and right so that I'm staying on the actual rib and not going across and missing some of the meat. And then as I'm going past the tail, notice I'm pushing across to the other side. See that? So now on both sides, and I am sliding through. Boom. See that? I don't like scaling fish. I've done that before. Not cool. Don't like it. So now, same thing as I did on the other side. Just start filleting through. Wow, I'm doing a really bad job here. Of course, I'm not an expert, but I am a Google, YouTube expert, and I've learned from those online, so if I mess up, blame them. Alright, so little by little, get as much as I can off the rib, up the bones, These knives are dull, by the way. They're not new. When I first bought them, they were like, wow, like really sharp. Yeah, knife sharpener probably. This is only half the job. Look at all that meat I left down there. Now, most people will throw out this piece right here because of all the spines, all the bones. You don't make money off of that, that's for sure. But me, I'm greedy. I keep this because of all the meat that's on there. Look at that. Look at that chunk of meat right there. So I keep it for myself and I eat it. Cook that baby up, get the meat out, get the rest out. And I don't eat the spine. But then most people will not. So they'll just eat the pieces without the bones. Now you notice it still has skin on one side, meat on one side, skin on the other. We're gonna fix that in a minute. I just want to clean out my blades. Clean out my cutting board. This will be great if you did it outside. I don't have that leisure. I live on the 3rd floor and I don't like climbing up and down stairs. Most people do this at the campsite or wherever they go fishing at, get it done there. But because I'm not scaling, I'm not too concerned about scales getting all up on the walls and you not being able to clean everything out and then getting flies all over the place. So this is the end product. Here is where you do the scaling or the filleting. I'm going to go again with something I know. So I'm going to start from the tail back here. And I'm going to try and get a groove in there like so. It's hard because it's slippery. This is why they have a cutting or they have a board for this, by the way. So you start slicing like this and then now you have a piece to hold on to and you go across little by little. Again, taking that knife and wiggling it so that you get all the meat but you're flush with the skin. See that? All the way through. See what I'm saying? There you go. Ooh, look at that. That looks yummy. Colleen, I hope you're liking this. I would have never done this if you never suggested it. Or shall I say demanded it. So I can put it on my YouTube channel. Okay, so now we got a lot of the skin out. We're halfway through. Work one side when you get to the wider one and then work the other side. Left and right. See that? Look at all that meat. I wish there was something you could do with that skin. Like, I don't know, make a wallet or something. They make it out of crocodile skin. Why not out of fish skin? I don't know. If there was money in it, trust me, somebody would have came out with it. And it wouldn't have been me. Probably I would have been in the background and say, hey, I thought of that before you. But too late. Okay, we're almost done. A little piece to go. Watch for the bones. And voila! There's the fillet piece. Voila! Boom, like that. Voila! Whatever. So now I'm gonna put that in water, mince that out, and this can go. Tell you, man, I can make a nice little wallet or something with this. I don't know, maybe a business card holder or something. Fish like me or something, I don't know. Fish on! Some kind of stuff. Throw that in the garbage. Now for the next, or the other half. And I'm going to clean out my knife and my board just like I did the first time. Again, I'm indoors, I'm not outside. I can't afford to make a big mess. Oops. So now rinse that off. And back to the other side. And again, some people put a nail like right there and then scale, or as they're cutting it before this, they'll do something where they can come here and have something to pitch on. But, you know, I don't know. I'm not that intelligent, so. And I'm greedy. So I want as much as I can. So I'm going to chop right here. Boom, pull to the edge, shut up. Pull out the other side. And again, do the same thing I did. Making sure that I'm actually cutting towards the skin. So you have to leverage the knife so that it's cutting against the skin and not the meat. And don't worry, you're not going to cut the skin from this side and end up cutting in the board by pressuring the knife towards the skin. It slides right through. Oops, except in that case. Never seen that happen before. But anyways, doesn't usually tend to happen. So just keep on grinding. Okay.